This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. For years, a group in Sarasota County has tackled all kinds of major issues, from traffic congestion to affordable housing. This year, the organization Sarasota County Openly Plans for Excellence, or SCOPE, is focusing on helping young people. ABC7's Kate Flexter joins us now live from Sarasota with more on what the group plans to do. Kate?
Thanks, Scott. The County Commission recently approved more than $150,000 to go to this program in particular. The idea is to streamline those resources and make sure there aren't any kids falling through the cracks. In Sarasota County, 18% of children live in poverty, 900 are homeless, and 30 are removed from their homes each month. They're all statistics that overwhelm programs put in place to help.
Everyone had a desire to make sure that no child slipped through the cracks here in Sarasota, that every child could get from birth to a career. John
McCarthy is the executive director for the group SCOPE. He helps gather and analyze data for pertinent local issues. This year, along with the Positive Youth Development Council, they're turning their attention to young people.
It's like a dashboard, and it gives you the data that you need, the critical data that you need to be able to keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on in the community.
It's that data, he says, that creates accountability and encourages positive change.
It allows the community to hold itself accountable, that we make sure that we take care of those youth, that we make sure that the programs are in place where they're needed, when they're needed, and the way that they're needed, and that we don't have gaps in the system.
Assistant Director for the Guardian Ad Litem program, Nina Sumalang, sees that need firsthand.
They know what abuse is, they felt abandonment, they suffered neglect.
The Guardian Ad Litem program provides children with a volunteer who advocates for that child in court. And Sumalang says they struggle to provide enough volunteers, especially as the local heroin epidemic intensifies. In 2012, 92% of children in care were given volunteers. 4 years later, that number has dropped to just 82%.
They're not getting any younger. And the longer they languish, the more trauma they experience, unfortunately, because again, all a kid really wants to do is be a kid.
It's just one small example of a growing need for resources for young people. And McCarthy says it's a need that must be addressed.
If the youth of Sarasota are successful, the community of Sarasota is successful, and that's why it's so important to us.
The next step is taking an inventory of those current programs and making sure there aren't any gaps or overlaps. For now, live in Sarasota, Kate Flexter, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Kate, thank you. The number of children taken into protective custody for mental health examinations has surged across Florida. The total number of minors evaluated in Florida under the Baker Act increased by 50% from 2010 to 2015. The Baker Act is a law designed to commit people who are believed to be mentally ill or a danger to themselves or others to an evaluation. It's unclear what's behind the increase in exams under the Baker Act, but mental health professionals, law enforcement, and school officials say it could be several factors, from more mental health awareness to the use of social media among teenagers, which can lead to cyberbullying. Well, we're now just 31 days out from the inauguration, but before President-elect Donald Trump can be sworn in, he'll have to pay out millions of dollars. ABC's Janae Norman explains from Washington.
The president-elect's big payout to plaintiffs, $25 million to settle the class action lawsuit against Donald Trump's now defunct for-profit real estate seminar that alleged Trump University defrauded students. The lawsuit is one of dozens Trump or his organizations face, and that money is due 2 days before he's sworn in as the 45th president, a reality Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell didn't think we'd see.
I didn't think President Trump had a chance of winning.
During an interview with Kentucky Education Television, McConnell saying there's no question about the Russians' attempts to influence the elections, calling it a serious issue if the Russians did in fact try to get Trump elected.
If they were trying to elect Donald Trump, my guess is they made a bad investment, because look at who he's picking for the cabinet.
As McConnell has come to Trump's defense, a one-time friend is jabbing back. After Bill Clinton told reporters Trump, quote, doesn't know much, but one thing he does know is how to get angry white men to vote for him, the president-elect tweeted, Bill Clinton stated that I called him after the election, Wrong. He called me with a very nice congratulations. He doesn't know much. Clinton responding on Twitter today, writing, "Here's one thing Donald Trump and I can agree on. I called him after the election." 1 month out from the inauguration, the Presidential Inaugural Committee has launched its official website. Not many details are available yet, but there are plans for a kickoff concert with diverse performers ahead of the swearing-in and inaugural parade. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
And with Trump moving into the White House, the Florida Senate president wants to start working on a framework for how the state can move forward with major changes in the Medicaid program. Conservatives have long discussed turning Medicaid into a block grant program that would give states more flexibility in how they provide health care to low-income residents. That discussion has been refueled with the election of Trump, who has made Medicaid block grants part of his health care platform. Florida Senate President Joe Negron wants to build an outline for what that kind of program would look like here in Florida.
I would like to build out the model of what a Florida-run Medicaid system would look like, and then if and when Washington acts, that Florida would be ready to go.
Medicaid, which is funded by the federal and state governments, is a highly complicated program that provides care to about 4 million Florida residents. The program is governed by federal laws, with states able to seek approval for what are known as waivers to make changes. One of the most popular events this time of year in Venice is a bit controversial as well. Several years ago, the city of Venice changed the name of its Venice Christmas Parade to a holiday parade. Mayor John Hollick says the city decided to make that change to be more politically correct. But last week, several residents complained to city council members about the name and want it changed back. Mayor Hollick says, seeing as Christmas is on the calendar, it may be best to change it.
One thing that I found out in government is it doesn't matter what you do, you're going to offend somebody. So what you try to do is make sure that what you're doing is the right thing. And I think calling the parade a Christmas parade is the right thing to do, since that's what it's a celebration of Jesus Christ's birthday.
Mayor Hollick says the city attorney is now looking into the issue to see what's involved with that name change. And nearly 200 people are weighing in on the parade name change debate on our Facebook page. Here's what a few of them had to say. Denise says, "I could care less. I'm sick to death of all these Christmas posts. There are many religions that have holidays at this time of the year." While Colleen writes, "It never should have changed in the first place." And Patricia comments, "Since there are so many religious holidays at this time of year, Holiday Parade says it best." If you'd like to join the conversation, you can go to the ABC7 Facebook page. Thank you all for your comments. Let's get a check on the weather again now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Well, a foggy forecast this morning. Lots of fog around. We showed you the actual fog that occurred, as well as into Lakewood Ranch and also now along Anna Maria. The fog is going to be a concern again tonight. We are anticipating some of the fog to be rather thick, especially inland areas. But for us personally, we're not going to see much along the coastline. Anna Maria webcam again showing that fog being rather thick in the morning and then kind of spreading out of here. Well, right now we do have generally fair skies off into the Gulf of Mexico. There is a frontal boundary, though, that's draped right across south central Florida. It's a stationary for the most part. The winds are basically parallel with the front, so we're not going to see much push of colder air our way. Slightly cooler temperatures are in store for us as we move through tomorrow morning. We'll have much more on the rest of the week's forecast and into the weekend coming up in a few minutes. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. The search for a missing Malaysian airline jet has been going on for the past 2 years, but now new evidence shows investigators may have been looking in the wrong place. According to the latest analysis, investigators say the Boeing 777 is likely farther north of the current search zone in a remote patch of the Indian Ocean. That's west of Australia. The plane disappeared in 2014 with 239 people on board while flying from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. President Obama is taking steps to protect the Arctic and Atlantic Oceans. The president has designated the bulk of U.S.-owned waters in the Arctic and certain areas of the Atlantic Ocean as indefinitely off-limits to future oil and gas leasing. President-elect Donald Trump has promised a policy allowing more U.S. energy production, which would face legal challenges if he attempted to reverse President Obama's order. Environmental groups hope the ban will be difficult for future presidents to reverse. When it comes to the hottest Christmas gifts this year, Nintendo's NES Classic video game system is at the top of many lists, and they're going really fast, especially online. Best Buy stores started selling a limited number of the retro game systems today on a first-come, first-served basis. The retailer handed out tickets for the systems they had in stock, similar to what they do on Black Friday. But both Best Buy locations in Sarasota quickly sold out of the systems. The NES Classic Edition is considered a mini version of the 1985 system and comes with 30 built-in games like Pac-Man, Tecmo Bowl, and Super Mario Brothers. People of all ages are joining in on the fun.
My dad really wants the Christmas present. He's dying to get it.
There's quite a demand. I'm surprised. It's fun. It's fun. I just got a little younger today.
The game costs $60, but it's selling to up to $200 on eBay if you have to go that route. Still to come in your Suncoast News, some beauty improvements that may be on your wish list. Up next, experts on the Suncoast explain what to watch out for if you're considering Botox, lash extensions, or other trendy procedures. Stay with us.
Sarasota Jungle Gardens invites your family to the Holiday Light Spectacular select nights in December. Come enjoy dazzling light displays, live entertainment, and pictures with Santa. Tickets and information available at the door or online at sarasotajunglegardens.com.
This holiday season, give the greatest gifts of all, performance and peace of mind. Subaru was named the 2016 Best Overall Brand, Most Trusted, and Best Performance Brand by Kelley Blue Book. And ALT has named Subaru its top mainstream brand for residual value for 2016. Now during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease a new Outback for just $229 a month or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Flooring Depot has been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties for over 20 years with the best products and installation. Flooring Depot offers carpet, tile, hardwood, and more. Before you buy, give us a try. Stop by our showroom or visit us on the web at bestvaluecarpet.com.
A poodle butter dish. I'll use this. A chicken purse. It's so artsy. You're really good at giving gifts.
This holiday, give the perfect gift.
Perfect.
Flowers, always the perfect gift. Beniva Flowers and Gifts, exceeding your expectations.
Don't miss Sarasota Jungle Gardens Holiday Light Spectacular select nights in December. There's joyous music, roasting marshmallows, and festive family activities. Tickets and information available at the door or online at sarasotajunglegardens.com.
Merry Christmas!
If a new dress, purse, or perfume doesn't spark your creative gift-buying talents, consider the gift of beauty. ABC7's Alex Redmond joins us now with information on how to make sure those wrinkle treatments, fillers, and lashes are safe. Alex?
Thank you, Scott. Who doesn't want luscious lashes, a wrinkle-free brow, or a firmer neck? But buyer beware that your gift of beauty doesn't backfire. Stumped about holiday gift ideas?
I can't imagine that there's not a better gift to give for someone for Christmas. Botox is so easy, it's quick, it's the gift that'll last for 4 months.
Botox costs between $300 to $500, says dermatologist Dr. Elizabeth Callahan, and it's a present for the thing you wear every day, your face.
Neck is a real hot area. Everybody wants to tighten their neck. We have a couple great tightening procedures that we're doing here. One's all therapy and the other is called Infinity Laser, and they're both fantastic. Low downtime, helps tighten the skin. That would be a wonderful gift.
Well, I was thinking about getting the false eyelash extensions for the wedding because, you know, you're going to be emotional on your wedding day and you don't want them to fall off, and you don't have to put, from what I understand, you don't have to wear mascara then because your eyes are already looking perfect.
Newly engaged Gabby DeMattia says she may ask for lashes for Christmas.
I could.
Amber Beck of Yellow Strawberry Global Salon in Lakewood Ranch explains.
It's just the first thing people look at is your eyes, and that you make eye contact with people, and it gives my ladies confidence.
It's important to use a reputable lash artist.
So if you go to like a nail salon or a place that offers eyelash extensions, they do what's called trunks or branches, and it's multiple lashes per lash. It's like a branch. It's too heavy for the lash, and it's going to pull the lash out of the follicle, and it's never going to grow back.
Beck, a certified cosmetologist, also took a certification course to apply the lashes. That was 2 days, and she had to provide an additional 50 hours of free eyelashes before she was allowed to put eyelashes on a paying customer.
Mine are hand individual. I apply each lash to each end of each lash, so it's natural and they're just going to grow and it's not going to hurt your existing lash.
Half lashes, or 40 to 50 lashes per eye, are $140, says Beck. Doubles are $250 and fills every 3 to 4 weeks are $70. But for those that don't have the budget for Latisse or maybe to go to a lash bar, you can always try your local pharmacy. But you have to be careful, says Dr. Callahan.
Some people can get an allergic contact dermatitis from the glue that's used to put the lashes on that are stuck on. So you just want to be careful and talk to your dermatologist if you have any issues.
When giving the gift of beauty, the most important thing to check is that the person performing the service or procedure is qualified.
So we have the women covered here.
We do.
Yeah. So what about some popular beauty gifts for men then?
I think popular still is the Botox, because a lot of men are worried about the crow's feet, so that's a great thing. But the other thing that you can have is a facial or something which sloughs the skin, because you have great skin underneath. And also, failing all that, you can always give something like The Art of Shaving has great shaving kits, and that's a natural exfoliant anyway.
Right.
So there's stuff out there for you guys as well.
Okay, good to know. All right, Alex, thank you. Let's get over to Bob now for more on our great weather outside tonight. Bob?
Well, I'll tell you, it was foggy to start today. We showed you Lakewood Ranch, Anna Maria, and now this is looking out over Van Wezel from the Van Wezel webcam out over Sarasota Bay. And you can see the fog was around pretty thick, too, up about 9 o'clock. It lifted a little bit. Clouds hanging around throughout much of the morning, clearing out in the afternoon, and now the clouds will be back once again as we move through time tonight. The good chance of fog forming as a result of a frontal system which is draped over the top of us right now. Really, that front is stationary. There's not much cold air behind it. It's cool. We're not going to get any strong cold fronts coming through anytime soon. So count on a very warm holiday weekend, and getting a look at the showers that were around earlier, slowly fading away due to the heating of the day going away. And now we'll look for most of that rainfall to come to an end here down near Charlotte Harbor. Some showers offshore there of it looks like Daytona Beach and Cape Canaveral, but not much going on here. Currently, we have mostly fair skies. There are a few clouds around. 78 degrees, dew point still up there, and the pressure 3021. That is falling slightly, but still extremely high. And speaking of high, it was hot again today. 80 degrees, hot comparable to our normal high of 72. Not close to the record, though, 86 set back in 1990. And this morning's low was well above average at 68 degrees. So look for another warm evening tonight, but not as warm. We'll see lows in the low 60s as that slightly drier air settles in, and no rainfall officially at the airport, although there were a few showers around. In Waterleaf now, it's 75 at the Bradenton Country Club, Palm Air at 78 degrees, and Cortez now checking in at 72, and 78 Siesta Key, 79 in Osprey, and temperatures in the mid-70s in Inglewood, Venice, as well as into Rotunda and Northport at 76 degrees. Right now over the Northeast, it's 27 degrees in Portland, 33 in Boston, 30 in Toronto, and temperatures are moderating a bit. Still cold, but not the bitter cold they saw earlier this week. 57 degrees in Dallas, 45 in Albuquerque, and 43 degrees now in Atlanta. So pretty chilly just north of that front. We're still in the warmth, though. 80-degree temperature today, well above our normal, which is around 72, 73 degrees. Well, Futurecast looks like this tonight. Clouds and fog, a real possibility here. And this is at 11 a.m., so not the best tanning weather for a lot of the folks down here visiting right now. But then by Thursday, it looks to be a lot better. We're going to see a partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies. The front kind of fades away, and there won't be as much lift around, and the chance for fog won't be as great either come Thursday. But Wednesday, which is, by the way, the arrival of winter. We'll see some patchy fog. Northeast winds at 10 knots. And I looked at the long-range forecast, and a lot of folks will be taking some time off from work. And if you're going to be going boating, a light chop right through the next 4 days, anticipated right through the weekend. And as far as the water temperature goes, that's warm at 72 and 76-degree temperature for beach and boating. I understand a lot of folks with their posting on social media, too, catching pompano. Pompano are running right now across the Suncoast waters. High tide at 6:23. Low tide will be at 1:11 and sunset at 5:41. Tomorrow sunrise at 7:16. Areas of fog, otherwise mostly cloudy, still warm, 63, but looks like a little cooler than last night. And then for tomorrow, expect some morning fog around, variable clouds. 76 for your high will be mild. That's a little bit above average, but cooler than the 80-degree temperature today. And then we'll stay into the mid-70s to upper 70s. Hanukkah, 80 degrees and a low temperature of 63. For Christmas Day, 81 degrees. Hard to believe. Here we are in winter on Christmas Day, 81. Scott, back to you.
It is hard to believe. All right, Bob, thank you. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. We're watching an accident right now in Manatee County. It's at Cortez Road and 26th Street West. You can see some other fender benders in that area slowing traffic at this hour. U.S. safety regulators are investigating complaints that 1 million Fiat Chrysler vehicles can roll away after drivers put the vehicles into park. The investigation covers the 2013 to 2016 Ram 1500 pickup and the 2014 to 2016 Dodge Durango. The government says it has received 43 complaints alleging that Rams and Durangos rolled away unexpectedly. There have been at least 25 crashes and 9 injuries related to the problem. All these vehicles have electronic rotary knob gear shifters. The government is now urging people with those affected vehicles to use parking brakes until it can be fixed. Hundreds of people working for General Motors will be looking for a job in the new year. The automaker says it will lay off nearly 1,300 workers at an assembly plant in Detroit starting this March. General Motors also says it will idle production at 5 other factories next month, mostly to reduce inventories of sedans, which are no longer popular among U.S. consumers. Plants that make the Camaro and Corvette will also be idled. You may notice some Walgreens and Rite Aid stores closing. The drugstore chains plan to sell 865 stores to rival retailer Fred's for $950 million. That could get rid of the final roadblock to lock in the planned merger between the two companies. Walgreens says it's working to close its $9 billion purchase of Rite Aid early next year. Stay with us. Entertainment news is next.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Don't miss the 19th annual Thunder by the Bay Motorcycle Festival, January 5th through the 8th, to benefit Suncoast Charities for Children. This year's festival welcomes special guest Blue Oyster Cult to the premier sports campus at Lakewood Ranch on January 8th at 4 p.m. Admission is free. Festival events include a sporting clay tournament, kickoff party, welcome Thunder event, Cruise for Cash charity motorcycle ride, and a 2-day Rockin' and Riding at the Ranch festival featuring vendors, live music, a taste of Thunder area, and more. VIP tickets are available. For tickets and info, visit thunderbythebay.org.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Types of timber, cuts of meat,
Cooking times, temperatures, rubs, seasonings, sauces. You name it, they know it. That's what makes them who they are, Sonny's Pitmasters. And proud of it. Come get some baby back ribs at Sonny's Barbecue. On their own or paired with favorites like jalapeno cheddar hot links or pulled or sliced pork plus 2 sides and bread. Sonny's Barbecue. Local Pitmasters since '68.
Comedian Amy Schumer has bought the farm, literally. Schumer gave her father an early Christmas present by buying back the farm her family once owned. Schumer posted a screen grab on Instagram of her telling her father about the purchase on a video call. She also posted a video of herself as a young girl at the farm with the caption, "We lost the farm when we lost everything else, but today I got to buy it back for him." The comedian told the New York Times that her family went bankrupt when she was 9 years old. Queen Elizabeth II will step down from her role as patron of more than 20 charities and organizations at the end of the year. According to Buckingham Palace, the Queen will follow her husband Prince Philip's example and reduce her charitable work at the end of her 90th birthday year. He did the same thing when he turned 90 back in 2011. But the palace stressed the Queen will still be the patron of more than 600 organizations, so she's still going to be very busy. It's been a booming year at the box office for Disney. The Mouse House, ends 2016 by setting a new record. Variety reports Disney is now the first movie studio to hit the $7 billion mark in worldwide box office numbers. That benchmark was passed following the release of Rogue One, a Star Wars story, last week, and was bolstered throughout the year with huge hits including Captain America: Civil War and Finding Dory. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announcing its class of 2017, and it shows a very broad definition of rock. The 6 inductees are the late rapper Tupac Shakur, Journey, Pearl Jam, Electric Light Orchestra, Joan Baez, and the band Yes. Performers can become eligible 25 years after their first album or single. The induction ceremony will take place on April 7th in Brooklyn. And we'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.